Without further ado, let's go ahead and spin the wheel and see what deck we are playing first today. Affinity. So this is Affinity. Should be familiar to anyone who's played Modern for really any stretch of time up till, I guess, recently. Play as many cheap artifacts as possible and then use cards that have Artifacts Matter synergies like Frogmite for free, Sojourner's Companion for free, Thoughtcast, and Thought Monitor to draw 2 cards for only 1 mana. And then, of course, probably the most important card in the deck, Cranial Plating, +1/+0 for each artifact you control, which makes every single creature in your deck a lethal threat by itself. Then, of course, you got Memnite, Ornithopter, Welding Jar, a bunch of one-offs that Urza Saga goes and fetches, so Aether Spellbomb, Ginger Brute, Shadow Spear, Soul Guide Lantern for artifact, for Graveyard Hate, Springleaf Drum to, again, get going faster, and then 3 Thought Seizes in the main just to disrupt the opponent, and 3 Patchwork Automatons as the sort of big beater in this deck. And then a bunch of artifact lands, Darksteel Citadel, Mistvault Bridge, Tanglepool Bridge, Treasure Vault, a bunch of other lands mostly in Dimir colors, and then, of course, Urza's Saga. Sideboard has Dismember, the Final Thoughtseize, Hurkyl's Recall, which can be used against other artifact decks, or it can be used for you if you know your opponent is bringing artifact sweepers in, like Brotherhood's End and some such. Orvar for creativity, Haywire Might, Pithing Needle, Relic of Progenitus for more Graveyard Hate, Damping Sphere for Tron and other such strategies, and Soulless Jailer for Cascade and whatnot. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the first league of the day with Affinity. All right, round number 1 on the play with Affinity. We've got Urza Saga, 2 artifact lands, Memnite, Frogmite seems pretty good. Let's go ahead and keep this. All right, let's go Darksteel Citadel, Memnite, Shadow Spear, and then we're 1 short of Frogmite, so pass the turn. Marsh Flats, and then opponent is passing it back to us. All right, so now I probably want to get Urza Saga online, so let's go. So I'm not going to equip Shadow Spear this turn because I'm still going to need 1 mana to either play another artifact or get Frogmite down. Let's go Urza Saga, and then play Springleaf Drum, Frogmite for free. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can actually play Sojourners this turn. So let's go Sojourners, pay this and this, and then attack with the Memnite. Opponent fetches, gets a tapped Indotha Triome, swing with Memnite, and pass. So overwhelmingly likely to be elementals. Next turn we can start making big Construct tokens. Hallowed Fountain. All right, Urza Saga ticks up. So let's go Citadel so we can get more mana for the Saga, and then let's just attack with everything. So combat, swing out. Opponent plays Bowmasters. Very well. So kills Memnite off, and then they can chump or double block Frogmite. Chumping Sojourner's Companion makes sense. All right, pass it back to them, and then we'll make a Construct on end step. Marsh Flats, they crack. Plains. All right, so we've got Esper colors. All right, let's make a Construct, which is a 7/7. Now back to us, and let's make another Construct here. Then we'll resolve Urza Saga. And what do I want to get? Opponent just has Orcish Bowmasters and is playing some kind of mid-range or control deck. Has white, so probably exile-based removal means that Welding Jar is not very good. What else? Because there's nothing I can get here that's like particularly great. I guess I can get Aether Spellbomb in case I just want to draw a card. Or I could get Ginger Brute to attack. Let's grab Aether Spellbomb. And then I guess I'm going to attack with all these guys. And then cast Thoughtcast in the second main. Yeah, alright, let's go to attacks. Swing, swing, swing. Opponent casting another Bowmasters. So they'll chump here. Shooting the Frogmite. Okay. Jumping on here. Well, if they're not going to kill Frogmite off, why not just shoot me? Alright, second main, Thoughtcast, blue. It does suck that they have 2 Bowmasters in play, but what are you going to do? Ephemerating the Bowmasters. Yeah, they can kill Frogmite off, that's fine. And then they can make tokens, that's also fine. Bunch of Bowmaster triggers, kill Sojourners. These Constructs are still huge, and I can Shadow Spear them. Alright, I think at this point I should just Thoughtseize them. Thoughtseize the opponent. Oh, they're playing Esper Goryos. Okay, so I want to take Goryo's Vengeance or Leyline Binding. So they still have to have a way to bin Atraxa. If I take Leyline Binding, it means I can just Shadow Spear one of my guys. Yeah, let's do that. Let's take Leyline Binding. And then play Mistvault. And then, yeah, I've played a land this turn, so we'll just pass. So then they get an Ephemerate. They get to shoot us for 1 and then make their guy a little bit bigger. They drew Flooded Strand for the turn. Okay. Another Thoughtseize, which I'm probably going to play. So let's play Mistvault Bridge. Let's Shadow Spear one of these guys. Yeah, okay, so we got it. So sideboarding, Esper Goryos, so I definitely want Relic of Progenitus. Probably Thoughtseize, since they're mostly a synergy deck. What does Soulless Jailer do exactly? Permanent cards and graveyards can't enter the battlefield. Want this. And that's probably it. So what am I cutting? Let's see. Aether Spellbomb is good to bounce the Orc tokens. That's kind of it. Welding Jar is pretty useless because our opponent has exile removal. Ginger Brute is also pretty bad when our opponent has Bowmasters to just pick it off cleanly. In fact, the extra draw cards are also kind of bad with Bowmasters, so I can shave on those. That's probably fine. Yeah, let's go with that. All right, game 2 on the draw. This hand doesn't look very good. By what turn can I Thought Cast here? I go turn 1, Memnite Artifact Land, turn 2, another Artifact Land, and then I can cast Thought Cast. But that's only if Memnite doesn't die. It's really bad against Bowmasters. It's also pretty slow. I'm going to mull. All right, this is better. Has an Urza Saga, has Thoughtseize. So let's keep this and let's put Shadow Spear back, I think. Yeah, let's put back Shadow Spear. Opponent plays Delta. Back to us. All right, so let's go Mistvault Bridge. And then I'm hesitant to actually cast Memnite here because if they just Bowmasters in next turn, I'm 100% casting Thoughtseize next turn. So I'm just going to wait on the Memnite. Opponent fetches Indotha Triome, plays Flooded Strand. Ooh, another Thoughtseize. All right, let's Thoughtseize them. Opponent fetches. Yeah, because if they have Bowmasters, they'll just flash it in now, which means my Memnite doesn't get killed. Oh, they're just not flashing it in. Well, let's see. I actually don't care that much about Bowmasters, so the bigger problems are going to be Fable and Shadow Prophecy. I think I honestly take Fable here. Now let's take Fable. And then am I doing Urza Saga next turn? Next turn I'm probably just deploying Soulless Jailer plus Thoughtseize to keep them off of reanimating stuff. So I should just play Mistvault Bridge now. And I'm still not going to run Memnite out while they have Bowmasters, of course. They just didn't flash in the Bowmasters. So yeah, now they're just going to hold Shadow Prophecy up. Ooh, Patchwork Automaton. All right, let's go. This is when you cast him, right? Yeah, so let's just Thoughtseize again. And now they've got to play Shadow Prophecy in response, right? They've got to. So they have 4 basic land types. Yeah, Shadow Prophecy. Yep. All right, what have they been? They're binning Atraxa and a land. All right, so let's resolve Thoughtseize. It's Goryos plus Bowmasters, so pretty sure we just take Goryos. Maybe not. So, like, if I play Soulless Jailer, they can't Goryos this back anyway. The problem is if they have anything that deals with Soulless Jailer, they then get to just Goryos. So it's probably safest to just take Goryos. Yeah, all right, so let's take Goryos. And then if I run out Patchwork Automaton and don't play anything else, they actually do have the ability to Bowmasters to kill it. So I think I honestly just go Saga and Soulless Jailer to absolutely make sure they can't get it going. And then we'll just pass. And now my plan is just make Constructs. All right, there's the Swamp. Back to us. Saga goes up. So let's play Darksteel Citadel. And then all I'm doing is making more Construct tokens. This Patchwork is probably going to be too slow. So let's just play Aether Spellbomb and then start getting the Constructs going. So Aether Spellbomb, and then we'll just pass it back to them. I'm surprised they're just refusing to flash in this Bowmasters. Cycle Rogran Triome. And there's the Island. Shadow Prophecy. Okay. They bend Ephemerate and Godless Shrine. All right, make a Construct. Then back to us. So this goes off. Definitely just making another Construct. And then here, I probably just pack on the Graveyard Hate to make sure that they absolutely can't get their Atraxa back no matter what. So just Soul Guide Lantern, pop Atraxa. Seems good. So Soul Guide Lantern, trigger, target Atraxa, and then go to combat. I guess I could play multiple artifacts that would force them to use this to block, but they're going to block anyway. It's fine. So let's just attack. Swing with the huge Construct. All right, there's Bowmasters. So now they'll chump. Go into 15, block here. So I think I just wait so that I can deploy Patchwork plus multiple other artifacts next turn. Yeah, all right, pass the turn. So their graveyard plan is just completely off. I have multiple pieces of Graveyard Hate. All right, they're just passing it back. Ooh, Treasure Vault. So let's play Treasure Vault, get these up even higher. Let's go Patchwork Automaton. Then let's play Drum, trigger this. Another Bowmasters, and then they're going to pay the 2 to kill it. I could save it. I don't really want to, though. Yeah, that's fine. So it dies. Then Drum resolves. Then I can just cast Memnite, and then both of these are lethal. So attacks, swing here, swing here. They have to block both of them. Yep, there we go. Oh, and they've got Ephemerate for this guy. I could bounce it, but what's the point? Yeah, sure. It's Ephemerated. And they're going to kill Memnite off. Oh, yeah. They can't get Ephemerate back, right? Yeah. All right, pass it back. I still have just 2 huge constructs that are beating them in. They don't get the rebound because of Soulless Jailer. Another land. Fetch. They actually can hardcast Atraxa here if they have it, I guess. No, they're getting it tapped. Okay. All right, back to us. Ooh, Cranial Plating. Okay. Play Cranial Plating. Then we'll equip the Soulless Jailer. And now 3 lethal creatures. So combat. Looks like we got it. All right, round 1 down, on to round number 2. All right, round 2, and we are on the play. Hand looks good to me. We'll definitely keep. All right, so what am I doing? Not Urza's Saga, so I'm just going to go Spire of Industry, Drum, Ornithopter, and then I'm 1 short of playing Frogmite. I guess Urza's Saga is online next turn if the Ornithopter survives. Yeah, let's do that. So Saga, play Drum. I guess I don't need to cast Ornithopter right now, so let's just save it from being removaled. Yeah, pass it back. Opponent plays Inspiring Vantage. All right, so we're against Burn. Suspends Rift Bolt. All right, so Urza's Saga goes to 2. So then let's just go Ornithopter. Even though they can Rift Bolt it, that's fine. And then I can't actually play the Frogmite this turn because I need the mana open to make a Saga token. So let's just play Spire and then pass it back. And then let's see if they shoot Ornithopter or me. I assume they'll shoot me. All right, Rift Bolt. Either way, I get to make a construct, and then I get to make another construct and fetch Shadow Spear, so things are pretty good. So yeah, they are targeting Ornithopter, so we got to make a construct. All right, so Rift Bolt resolves, kills Ornithopter off. Opponent Lava Spikes us to 17, plays a land, and then it skewers the construct token. Okay. So then we're missing the mana to use this ability to make another construct, so that's unfortunate. So we'll just float 1, then resolve this, and definitely go get Shadow Spear. So now what can I do here? I can play Patchwork Automaton, and then I'm 1 short of being able to play Frogmite. No, then I can play Frogmite. Okay, so let's go Patchwork, and then Mistvault Bridge, and then cast Frogmite for free, triggering the Patchwork. And I can't play Cranial Plating this turn, but that's fine. So pass. And then next turn I can Shadow Spear the Patchwork, or I can just play Cranial Plating and equip it. Opponent suspends another Rift Bolt, plays Sacred Foundry tapped. All right, so if I go Plating, equip, this is very big. And then they have to spend pretty much their whole turn bolting it. All right, Plating, trigger, play land, equip here, then go to combat and attack for 11. They are bolting the Frogmite very well. So they take 8, go to 11. Then it's back to them, and they've got to bolt the Patchwork and pay 2 for the ward. That does leave me without any creatures, though. All right, Sunbait Canyon. And then back to us. Ooh, we drew Thought Monitor. How much does this cost right now? It's 4 less, so it costs 3, so I can play it exactly with the mana that I have. So play this. Thought Monitor. Draw 2. There's Frogmite and Drum. So let's go cast Frogmite. And then let's play this Drum here. And play this tapped. Equip this to Thought Monitor. And then pass the turn. Opponent cracks Sunbit Canyon. 3 mana. Hard casts Riftbolt on Thought Monitor. And then plays a tap land. All right, well, I think we're good here. So play another land, equip Cranial Plating here, and then equip Shadow Spear here. And now we have a 10 power lifelinker. So swing. All right, opponent goes to 1, we go to 27. Back to them. They do have to find removal for this, which is not hard. All right, so they didn't. So let's see. Versus Burn, I don't want Thoughtseize. What do I want? Probably Hercules to avoid any sort of like smash to smithereens and whatnot. Although it's questionable. Graveyard Hate doesn't matter, so I can cut Soul Guide. So what comes in? Dismember for their creatures. Don't need Pithing Needle. I guess Haywire Mite's fine. I don't think they're going to play anything that I can actually kill with it, but at least if they kill this, it gains us life. Soulless Jailer stops Riftbolt coming off Suspend, but that's pretty much it. Do I want Hercules? I think it's unlikely that they have Brotherhood's End or any kind of big sweepers. They probably just have Smash to Smithereens, so I don't think so. All right, submit this deck. All right, we're on the draw. We have Urza's Saga plus Shadow Spear in hand. How slow is this hand? I go turn 1, Mistvault, nothing. Turn 2, Saga, Shadow Spear, Ornithopter. That is 3 artifacts in play. I still can't really play anything. It does have the Make Constructs plan, and it has Shadow Spear. So it's just so slow is the problem. Turn 1, Mistvault, go. Turn 2, turn 1, Mistvault, Ornithopter, go. Turn 2, Saga, Shadow Spear, go. Turn 3, Saga, make a construct. I guess that's probably okay. All right, let's keep. Opponent plays a mountain, plays Goblin Guide, Cranial Plating on top. All right, I don't want to run Ornithopter out into like a Smash or a Searing Blaze, so I'm probably just not playing it until later. Yeah, so let's just go Mist Vault pass. Sunbait Canyon. Opponent plays Swift Spear. All right, attacks us. Springleaf Drum is on top. That's actually helpful. So if I deployed Ornithopter, I could have blocked that. All right, so let's go Saga. So let's see, I go Drum, Shadow. So Drum, Ornithopter. I now have 3 artifacts in play and 2 mana. That's not enough, but I can deploy Cranial Plating. All right, Drum, Ornithopter, Cranial. And so that's 5 artifacts, so we'll just pass. So next turn, I should have enough to get these guys online. All right, bolts our Ornithopter, not us. So taking more damage here. Reveal Memnite on top. Before damage, Boros Charm us? Yeah, Boros Charm, so 11, so we're down to 7. That's pretty rough. All right, so cast Memnite, play another Urza's Saga, and then Shadow Spear. And so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artifacts. So this is Thought Monitor, and then I have 1 left over for Companion. All right, so Thought Monitor, draw some cards, cast another Ornithopter, cast Companion for free, Ornithopter, or a Drum, tapping down the Memnite. And I could equip Cranial Plating here, I guess. This one's the least likely to die, so let's just go equip here. So we gotta survive 1 turn, basically, which is not at all guaranteed with us at 7 and them having 4 cards. So they do not attack. Back to us. The Sagas go off. Am I making a Construct token? Almost certainly. So I make a Construct. What do I... So obviously, if they have removal for Sojourners, we're screwed, right? I still have the mana to actually equip Shadow Spear to Sojourners if it gets killed. I guess I don't really need a Construct. What am I getting? I'm probably getting what, like an Aether Spell Bomb or something? All right, let's just float. Maybe Welding Jar. Yeah, Welding Jar to keep our guys alive. Yeah, let's grab Welding Jar. All right, equip here. All right, let's see if this hits them. Swing with this 15-5 Trample Lifelink. Red. Skullcrack on us so that we can't gain any life. I can make a Construct and then it puts them to 1 life. That's probably correct. So if I do that, it puts them to 1 life. They can't tap Sunbaked Canyon, but I have to tap 2 guys to do it. So make a Construct. All right, so they Skullcrack us to 3 or to 4. So if I had attacked with Thought Monitor, we would have got there, I guess. All right, they go to 1, and now they can't tap Sunbaked Canyon to pay for spells. Pass it back. I guess I should have just attacked with Thought Monitor, because then I would have had this Construct to block with regardless. All right, another Sunbaked Canyon. They can't tap either of these to pay for any spells or they die, so they have 1 mana. All right, we got there. On to round 3. We're on the play again in round 3. Let's see. Urza's Saga, Frogmite Thoughtseize. This seems reasonable. I will keep this. All right, so Mist Vault Bridge, pass. Opponent plays Beseiju as their first land. Suspends Crashing Footfalls. All right, well, we know what we're up against. Ooh, Patchwork Automaton? I don't have to Thoughtseize them until next turn. So let's say I go Saga, Patchwork, Ornithopter, Grow Patchwork. Then next turn I go Thoughtseize, but then I can't use Urza's Saga mana. I do probably need to race them to some degree. I guess I can't use Urza's Saga next turn anyway because I have Mist Vault Bridge, right? So yeah, let's just Thoughtseize them now. All right, multiple like a million Cascaders, actually. I guess I just take one of the Shardless Agents. Yeah, just take one of the Shardless Agents, play Mist Vault, and go. So Rhinos on 3 counters. So next turn I'm going Saga, Patchwork, Ornithopter, Frogmite, pass the turn. Or how many artifacts does that leave me with? That's 5 in play. So this costs 2. Yeah, so it's Saga, play Patchwork, play Ornithopter, play Frogmite. I have 1 floating. All right, Mystery. Did they draw Ice to ice our lands? All right, Urza's Saga, play Patchwork, play Ornithopter, grow this, cast Frogmite, grow this again. And then we're 1 short of being able to play this, right? Yeah. So pass it back. We can actually race them with our giant constructs and then get Shadow Spear. All right, they fetch Ketria. This goes down to 2 counters. All right, do they have the 3rd land? No, they don't. Another Patchwork. So I want to be able to hold up making a construct. So I could just make a construct now and then play Thought Monitor. And that will put me at 6 artifacts. Yeah, let's do that. So make a construct. I guess they have Mystical Dispute for Thought Monitor, but what am I going to do? It grows the Patchwork, so then they Mystical Dispute this back. It resolves. I am shocked that that resolved. All right, well, we drew Cranial Plating and Darksteel Citadel, so that'll be good next turn. All right, let's go to combat. Swing here, swing here. Dead Gone our Frogmite. Very well. All right, well, we can't do anything else this turn, so just pass it back to them. Rhino goes down to 1 counter now, I believe. Yeah, 1 more counter. All right, they just didn't have a 3rd land, so sideboarding. We want Soulless Jailer to stop Cascade. What else? Thoughtseize, so we can Thoughtseize their Cascaders. Soul Guide comes out because we don't have any reason for Graveyard Hate. What else? Aether Spellbomb can kill 1/2 of a Rhino, which does not seem particularly good. And what else gets cut? These guys are also pretty slow in this matchup. All right, let's run this back. Game 2 on the draw. Let's see. I've got Thoughtseize that I can't cast. What is this hand doing? It's going Darksteel Citadel, then next turn Treasure Vault, Ornithopter, or Treasure Vault, Patchwork, Ornithopter. Don't have enough mana for Frogmite. Yeah, this hand's not very good. Molt. Double Urza's Saga with Soulless Jailer and Welding Jar. I guess I'll keep this. And what am I throwing back? Honestly, probably Thoughtseize. Who knows when I'm even going to be able to cast it. All right, let's throw Thoughtseize back. Done. This hand is awkward as all hell with only Urza Sagas as the lands, but better than going to 5. All right, opponent plays Ketra Triumph. Well, we got the Thoughtseize bug, so let's just play Saga Welding Jar Go, or just Saga Go. All right, Saga Go. So the next turn we're going Saga Welding Jar Soulless Jailer, and then probably having to fetch Springleaf Drum so that we actually have mana. All right, upkeep, draw. This goes to 2. We drew another Thoughtseize. All right, cast Welding Jar, play second Saga. Double Force of Vigor. Yikes. So we don't even get mana out of this one, so I can't do anything. Yep. And then we're just off lands, and then they get to Cascade next turn. They exiled Violent Outburst. All right. Well, back to them. I'll just scoop if they Cascade. Well, they haven't Cascaded yet. Here's Darksteel Citadel. Go. Lorien Revealed cycled. It's another island. All right. Well, they haven't Cascaded yet. I can play Ornithopter for no real benefit, so just pass it back. All right, well, they're still not cascading, so we may actually have a chance. Well, that's not a land, so pass it back. And they pass it back to us. Well, still can't do anything. So actually, we're going to go to discard if I don't play anything right now, so let's just cast Ornithopter. All right, pass it back. Plays Gemstone Caverns, and they pass it back to us. Dead Gone our Ornithopter, very well. That's fine. We drew a Cranial Plating. Well, I guess we're going to clean up. What am I ditching at this point? Probably one of the Thoughtseizes, honestly. All right, discard Thoughtseize. Opponent plays something. Blue, colorless. Murktide for a 6/6. Still can't play anything, so we're going to die in 3 hits to this Murktide. All right, pass it back and get rid of the other Thoughtseize. Another land. They hit us down to 14. Well, we're still not drawing all other lands, so I'm not going to be able to get back into it at this point. So let's just go to game 3. All right, this is probably still correct, I think. I guess, okay, they're playing Murktide, so Aether Spellbomb's actually good. Just cut one of the Patchworks. Yeah, that seems fine. We'll run it back. All right, game 3 on the play. We've got Saga, Mistvault, Darksteel Citadel, Welding Jar. All right, this is acceptable. Keep, and then we'll just go Mistvault on turn 1. Gemstone Caverns, exiling what? Exiling a Mystical Dispute. All right, play Mistvault. Go ahead. Wooded Foothills. All right, so let's Thoughtseize them to make sure they don't have Force of Vigor or whatnot. They've got Blood Moon, Triple Cascades, Dead Gone. I guess we're just taking Blood Moon. All right, so take Blood Moon and then play Urza Saga and pass the turn. Urza Saga, Welding Jar. Yeah, just hold off on Welding Jar for right now. So pass back to them. All right, they didn't draw their 3rd land. So Saga goes up to 2. Let's go Darksteel Citadel, Welding Jar. And then I have 3 artifacts, 4 artifacts, 5 artifacts. So I'm still going to wait. I'm just not going to play Memnite into this Dead Gone until I can use it for more value. I guess the Construct is going to be a 4/4. Yeah, that's fine. Pass it back to them. All right, it looks like they're still bricking on their land. So let's make a Construct. Then our turn. So this goes up. Let's make another Construct. Then resolve Urza Saga. What am I getting? Shadow Spear or Aether Spellbomb is the most likely pick. If I get Springleaf Drum right now, that gives me another mana, and then I can play Thoughtcast or Patchwork Automaton as well. Like, we can beat their Rhinos with our huge Constructs. All right, let's get Drum, and then I'll play another Saga, and I can go Patchwork, I can go Patchwork Memnite, cast Sojourners. All right, so Patchwork, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay. Cast Patchwork, cast Memnite, trigger the Patchwork, cast Sojourners, and then attack with an 8/8. They fetch, getting a Forest. Petty Theft the Construct token, okay. Well, I guess I'm just passing it back to them then. All right, looks like they're still bricking on their third land. So Urza Saga goes up to 2 counters. So let's see. Let's cast Thoughtcast, Mystical Dispute, which we can actually pay for. And I'm... How much damage do I have on the board? 8, 11, 12, 16, 17, 18. I'm 1 short. All right, let's just pay for this. So pay for Mystical Dispute. All right, Mistvault Bridge, go to combat, swing. They are taking a massive amount of damage, so they're at 3, and then pass it back to them. And then we're going to tutor up Shadow Spear. All right, we won the match. 3-0 with Affinity, on to round number 4. I'm watching you and the Pro Tour at the same time. Keep me updated. They're just doing a Lord of the Rings draft right now, right? No, it's Modern. So I've heard that the Ring is in 40% of decks or something, and Bowmaster's in like 30%. What was the breakdown from yesterday? All right, round 4 on the play yet again. We've been on the play 4 rounds in a row now. This hand is actually not good. I can't do anything other than just play 2 Mem Knights. All right, mulligan. This hand's pretty god-awful as well. We've got turn 1, do nothing. Turn 2, play Urza Saga, play Patchwork, play Ornithopter. Can't play any of these Thought Seizes. I guess I can, I can cycle Sojourners. This hand seems pretty bad, too. But is it better than going to 5? Going to 5's really rough. It doesn't even have another land, so like if I don't draw another land, then the Urza Sagas don't even make Karnstruct tokens. I guess I can just cycle Sojourners to go grab another artifact land. All right, I'll keep it, and then bin a Thoughtseize. So let's just go play Treasure Vault and then pass. The Ring is 450 plus copies and is in about 48% of decks, and Bowmasters is at 460 plus copies and is in 55% of decks. Opponent just plays Swamp and does nothing, so I'm going to guess this is probably Coffers. Is it better to cycle for a land or just run everything out? It's probably better to just cycle for a land, honestly, so I can start getting Karnstructs online. All right, Urza Saga, and then just pass. Another Swamp. Profane Tutor, yeah, so this is almost certainly Coffers. All right, Artifact cycling. I need to get one that's untapped, so let's get Citadel. All right, Saga goes up to 2. We drew Mem Knight, so play this and then just pass it back with the Karnstructs ready. Scam is 20% of the meta, but they call it Rakdos Evoke. Yeah, they're not going to call one of their decks Scam in official circles, but everyone knows what it is. Field of Ruin, no! Well, we get 1 Karnstruct out of it. Do I even have any Field of Ruinable lands in this deck? I don't, do I? I have 1 island, okay. Suspends another Profane Tutor rather than kill our Urza Saga. All right, Urza Saga. Then back to us. So they got 2 Demonic Tutors coming off suspend, so they're going to be able to deal with this, but I don't see why I wouldn't just make another Karnstruct. So make a Karnstruct. Yeah, they could just be fetching Damnation, but, you know, what are you going to do? I could fetch Welding Jar. They have Edicts as well. The best move is probably to go get Drum and then play Thought Monitor to draw more cards. Yeah, let's do that. Springleaf Drum. And then I have 5 artifacts, so I do need to play 1 more. So cast Mem Knight. I could Thoughtseize them, but what does it matter? They're going to Demonic Tutor anyway. Play Thought Monitor before Bowmasters can come down. Fatal Push the Karnstruct. Very well. So maybe they're not fetching Damnation, because then why kill this now? Draw, draw. All right. I can Thoughtseize them this turn. I guess that's probably what I should do, right? Or do I just wait until next turn and then Thoughtseize them after they Profane Tutor? But whatever they're Profane Tutoring for, they're almost certainly just going to play it, right? It's going to be the Ring or Karn. Yeah, it's probably just going to be the Ring or Shieldred or something. All right, let's just Thoughtseize them now. They've got Karn, another Profane Tutor. What is this? Destroy target creature or planeswalker. Aftermath. Exile a card from a graveyard. Make a zombie. All right, let's just take Karn. All right, I can't attack with anything, so go. So they get one of their tutors. They are missing a 4th land, right? So there's Urborg. So maybe they're just tutoring to get Coffers online. So they have these 3 and 1 unknown card. Suspends the other tutor. Plays Expedition Map. So, okay, they're going to get Coffers online next turn, and they can tutor for something. I probably do just need to commit to the board now, because I really, I can't beat Damnation anyway. So let's go Patchwork, then Mem Knight. Trigger this a bunch of times. Another Mem Knight. Ornithopter. Play Tanglepool Bridge, combat, swing, swing, swing. So they're at 6. If they just Damnation us, then we basically lose the game, but what am I going to do? Not all of these lists even play Damnation. There's Coffers, so they probably just tutored for Coffers. 5 mana. Oh, they do have Damnation. Okay. So they just naturally drew Coffers and tutored for Damnation. Map for another Coffers, presumably. Castle Locthwain they're getting. Huh. Well, let's see. I can play this. They've got another one coming off, right? Yeah. Well, cast this. I have to pay 3 for it. Sure. Go ahead. So now they Profane Tutor again, and now they can just grab Karn, Ring, Shieldred. Like, any of those are terrible for us. March of Wretched Sorrow to kill that. Karn. So now I can't tap 3 of my lands. Yeah, alright, they got it. So sideboarding. Graveyard Hate don't matter. Get rid of that. I want to be able to Needle Karn or the Ring. Soulless Jailer stops Profane Tutor, although that's not like all of their game plan. Haywire Might for the Ring, probably. Thoughtseize. Let's see, their deck plays Shieldred too, and Bowmasters, so I probably need to kill their stuff with Dismember. Like, if they just drop a Shieldred, I guess if they drop a Shieldred, I can beat it by attacking with, like, Plating. So 1 of Haywire Might to tutor for if I need to kill the Ring. Damping Sphere stops Coffers. That's probably worth considering. I would have to cut a lot of stuff. I guess these Patchworks are probably horrifically bad. They just have Edicts and Sweepers and, like, all kinds of things that get around the ward. So there's all of these. They're certainly playing Bowmasters, which makes Memnite worse than normal. So then what? Damping Sphere, Damping Sphere. I'm basically just doing what? I'm trying to stop them from doing their Tutor and Coffers game plan. So just bring all this in. That could be overboarding, but I'm going to try it. All right. Is Welding Jar even good? I guess it's good against Push, Damnation. It's not good against Damnation. It's good against Push exactly and none of their other removal. Yeah, it's fine. All right, submit. On the play, game 2. This is okay. I've got Soulless Jailer, which can just die. I do have a lot of redraws. So it's turn 1 Bridge, turn 2 Saga, Soulless Jailer, turn 3 Drum Thoughtcast. All right, okay. So let's go Mist Vault Bridge pass. Bajuka Bog, sure. Well, I need to get Urza Saga online, so let's go Saga, and then be the most mana efficient we can by playing Soulless Jailer, and pass. They fetch with Marsh Flats, Swamp, Break the Ice on Urza's Saga. Alright. So Mistvault Bridge, I have 3 artifacts, Springleaf Drum, and then I can exactly play Thoughtcast. Thoughtcast, draw. I've played a land this turn, pass. Opponent Thoughtseizes us. I'm not sure what they'll take here. I guess it entirely depends on what's in their hand. If they're really depending on Coffers, then they need to take Damping Sphere. If it's just an attrition hand that's going to be back and forth resource trading, then they'll take one of the Thought Monitors. If their hand is based on Karn or the Ring, then they'll take Pithing Needle. All right, so that tells me their hand's probably based on Karn or the Ring. Fatal Push our Soulless Jailer. All right, so land, 1, 2, 3 artifacts, 4 artifacts, and then Damping Sphere will actually screw up my ability to use Thought Monitor, so let's not do that. Actually, let's see. So if I go Damping Sphere, that's this would be the 3rd spell. Yeah, okay, I can't play Damping Sphere yet. Thought Monitor, triggers, draw some more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm 1 short of that, so let's play Shadow Spear and pass back to them. Basic Swamp. So Karn would be absolutely devastating here. So the fact that they're not just instantly slamming it tells me it's probably not Karn. Break the Ice on another land. All right, so let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This costs 1, so let's just play this. All right, no Bowmasters. There's another Saga. Probably want to get that online. So Saga, then Aether Spellbomb, Frogmite, and Damping Sphere. And then just attack with this Thought Monitor. All right, swing. So they've already used 2 Break the Ices to kill lands, so it's unlikely they have more at this point. They definitely don't have Karn, otherwise they would have just slammed it last turn. All right, Demolition Field our land. Very well. Get an island. Suspends Profane Tutor. All right, so back to us. So let's go attack here. You have the mana for Shadow Spear, so I'm going attack. Then I'm going to bounce Thought Monitor back to my hand and recast Thought Monitor. Yeah, let's not bother with Shadow Spear. Let's just attack. Swing, swing, swing. So they take 6 down to 9, and then we'll go bounce Thought Monitor back to my hand. Then replay Thought Monitor. Another Frogmite. All right, well, so I can play both of them or no? How does this work with Damping Sphere? I guess the Affinity just counteracts it. All right, so I could have equipped Shadow Spear. Well, let's just do that now. Equip here and pass. So Profane Tutor is down to 1 counter, so they're going to get Damnation next turn. So I need to get in as much damage as possible this turn. Plays Field of Ruin. All right, well, we didn't draw anything, but let's just attack with all the guys. Swing out, except Ornithopter. So this is lethal, so they have to have something. 5, 7, 9, 11. 5 mana. March of Wretched Sorrow on the Thought Monitor. Very well. All right, so they take 8 down to 5. Well, I think there's 0 chance that they're not just tutoring for Damnation, but I have nothing else to spend my mana on anyway, so let's just equip here and pass. Cabal Coffers. Well, Damping Sphere shuts that down very nicely. Our opponent is attempting to tap their Cabal Coffers for Cabal Coffers mana, and it is not working because of the Damping Sphere. Alright, Damnation, very well. We lose all our guys. Thoughtseize, may as well. Invoke Despair, Dark Petition? I guess this draws them 3 cards, whereas this only gets them a card. Although these cards are random. So, which is better? They get to tutor for the exact thing they need, or they draw 3 random cards. I guess I take this, because if I don't take this, they can just get the ring, or like any other thing that will just be a huge blowout, whereas this they may brick on. Alright, take Dark Petition, and then I'll just play a land and pass. Alright, there's Invoke Despair. So they draw 3 cards. Swamp. Back to us. Alright, here's another Damping Sphere. Why not? We can't do anything else anyway. Pass the turn. Haha, now your Cabal Coffers are truly dampened. Expedition Map. Cracking Map. What are they getting? Urborg. Sure. 5 mana. Alright, back to us. Well, here's an Ornithopter. I will equip this Ornithopter with the Shadow Spear. Pass the turn. Marsh Flats. So they still have 9 mana. So the Cabal Coffers not being able to tap for huge amounts doesn't really matter. Karn. Yep. Now we're boned. Never to kill our Ornithopter. Karn minus. Gets Sundering Titan. Okay. We only have 1 island. I guess I will decline to play this Watery Grave. So pass it back. And I'm pretty sure we've lost the game at this point, but what else are we going to do? Another Cabal Coffers. Actually, no. All of our lands are swamps because of Urborg, so they can just kill this. So I should have just played Watery Grave? Yeah, never mind. Alright, so they'll just kill these 2. And then we can't activate any of our artifact lands anyway because of Karn. Picks off our land. Well, there's Sojourner's Companion. So I can still cast this for 0. And play this tapped and then just go. Karn minuses. Gets Liquid Metal Coating. Doesn't really matter. Sure. So they'll just coating our Watery Grave. Oh, they're doing it now? So they have another Karn. Another Karn. Picks our Watery Grave off. And then, yeah, okay. Cranial Plating. Yeah, the game's over. Alright. Well, our first loss, but we're still doing pretty well. On to round number 5. Alright, round number 5, and we are on the play again. Alright, hand looks great. Let's keep. Alright, Darksteel Citadel, Ginger Brute. I guess I'm going to play Ornithopter. And then go to combat, attack with the Ginger Brute. Opponent plays Watery Grave, untapped. And Hedron Crab. Alright, we got ourselves a game here, boys. Ooh, another Cranial Plating. So Urza Saga turns on Archive Trap, but I probably want it regardless to just grab Shadow Spear. So if I go Saga now and then Cranial Plating, then when I go to my next turn, I can't both equip Cranial and make a Construct. I guess that's probably fine. So Urza Saga, play Cranial Plating, and then go. Alright, we get milled. Oh no, they're milling themselves. And they're playing Merfolk's Secret Keeper. Oh, okay. Green mana. So this is probably a Vengevine deck or something. Otherworldly Gaze. So is this Crabvine? Puts Merfolk's Secret Keeper in the graveyard. Is this any player? Target player mills. Alright. Urza Saga goes up to 2 counters. So another artifact land. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can play Cranial Plating, equip Cranial Plating, and play Sojourner's Companion. That's probably actually better than making a Construct. So let's play another Plating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Equip here. No, I guess I'm 1 short of Companion, right? Yeah, I'm 1 short of Companion. Alright, so let's just attack with this Ornithopter. They're dead in 2 hits to the Ornithopter regardless. Swing with Ornithopter. Alright, they're down to 8. So I'm going to guess they have Vengevine, Creeping Chill, like Graveyard Synergy stuff. Glimpse the Unthinkable themselves. There goes Vengevine. There goes Narcomoeba. They have Gravecrawler. Alright, 2 Narcomoebas. Another Hedron Crab. There's Creeping Chill and another Vengevine. So now they can cast Gravecrawler. No, they can't. They don't have a zombie. Well, they could have Fatal Push. If they have Fatal Push, so be it. Let's just float this. Then resolve the Saga and go grab Shadow Spear. And then let's equip here. Equip here. Cast Memnite. Cast Sojourner's Companion. Alright, we got it. So versus Crabvine, we want more Graveyard Hate. Thoughtseize is not really very effective here. A lot of other stuff just works from the graveyard. Soulless Jailer. Permanents can't enter, right? Can't enter from the... Graveyards can't enter the battlefield. Right, so Soulless Jailer. And then I think that's it. Yeah, that's fine. Submit. Game 2 on the draw versus Crabvine. What do we got? Turn 1, Mist Vault. Turn 2, Saga Plating. Turn 3, Darksteel Citadel, make a Construct. It's slow, but I think it's keepable. Opponent cracks a Misty. gets Watery Grave, plays Hedron Crab. All right, so yeah, let's just play Mist Vault and pass the turn. Another Hedron Crab. All right, so they're really going to go off. Mills Fate Stitcher, mills 2 Narcomoebas, fetch, another Watery Grave, untapped, mills Prized Amalgam, and nothing. They should have fetched with the Narcomoeba triggers on the stack, so they would have gotten their Amalgam back. All right, so from here, yeah, I guess it's just Saga, Cranial Plating, go. Saga, Cranial Plating, pass turn. Opponent casts Otherworldly Gaze on end step. Again, they should have done that second main phase in case they hit more Narcomoebas, then Amalgam would come back. They kept everything, or they binned some lands? Another land. They are shocking it in and getting more crab triggers. Vengevine, Creeping Chill, and a bunch of nothing. So they can flashback a Gaze from their graveyard. All right, we get attacked by the Narcomoebas, and then we'll be both at 15. All right, Saga goes to 2 counters. So then we play Darksteel Citadel, and then I have to make a Construct now so I can cast Frogmite. Make a Construct, cast Frogmite, and go. So what are they holding up at instant speed right now? I guess just Gaze, right? Flashback Gaze. They didn't put anything in the graveyard. All right, more crab triggers. There's Narcomoeba and another Chill. So they'll get 1 Amalgam back. So Vengevine, Vengevine. All right, attack us in the air with the Narcomoebas. We can't block. We go to 10. What do they have that they have 3 cards in their hand and they're not doing anything? Amalgam comes back on end step. All right, so I could make another Construct here, and then we already have Shadow Spear in hand, which means I can't equip Shadow Spear in that case. So let's say they find a way to get both Vengevines back next turn, then I really need to have a pretty good life swing on them. Oh, they milled over Force Negation as well. I think I just make another Construct. All right, make a Construct, and then let's just go tutor up, exile all the graveyards. So, which is better, Soul Guide or Relic? I want to be able to play other things this turn. So Soul Guide, trigger, kill one of the Vengevines off. So then we can go land, Springleaf Drum. I want to keep this back as a big blocker. So to cast Thoughtcast, tap the Frogmite, cast another Frogmite, and then we're out of mana. I can swing with this 9/9. That seems decent. And then they go 3 Narcomoebas in. This gets blocked. All right, combat. Swing here. Flashing back Otherworldly Gaze. They put nothing in the graveyard. All right. They opted not to block, and they go to 9. All right, pass it back. Cast Gravecrawler from the graveyard. All right. So then they will get their second Gravecrawler out of the graveyard, which triggers Vengevine. So if I do it now, and then they can just fetch and mill more stuff over, I guess I have to do it with the second Gravecrawler on the stack anyway, right? Yeah, so let's just eat the graveyard now. All right. Graveyard is eaten. Then Gravecrawler resolves. Can't block anyway. So fetch, and then they're going to mill themselves another 6 cards. Hit Creeping Chill and Vengevine, but then bricked on anything else. I guess they can just cast another creature from their hand to get the Vengevine back. Merfolk's Secret Keeper trigger, get Narcomoeba. There goes Gravecrawler. All right, so then they'll attack with everything. They have 2 Vengevines, and I have to block both of them, and I'll go to 1. Yeah, so Gravecrawler, double Vengevines, and then we just go block, block, take 6. Bunch of Amalgams coming back too. So swing, 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 swing. Block here, block here. We go to 1. Then Amalgam triggers. Let's see, they only have 5 toughness on defense though, so I think we just win. Memnite, Darksteel Citadel, Shadow Spear, equip here, combat. All right, we got it. Pretty good, 4-1 with Affinity. So, the deck performed better than I expected. Affinity feels like one of those decks that could have been left behind in the dustbin of history along with all the other pre-Modern Horizons modern decks. But even without all the Ravager shenanigans and Steel Overseers and whatnot, the deck actually does pretty well, I think mostly due to Urza's Saga backing it up. Overall though, pretty happy with the deck.